Rear foot elevated mid-range hinge. What we're doing here is using a rather small range of motion to isolate the mid-range of our hinge. This means that we are moving into the spot of the hinge where our posterior pelvic floor is really lengthening, and we're keeping the glutes in a more lengthened state throughout the majority of this exercise. You want to make sure that you don't have your rear foot elevated too high. You really don't need to use a super high surface when you are moving into this exercise. A low mat, like you see me using here, is great. As you're going through this, we don't want to twist away from the hip, and you don't want to flex down with your back, okay? Remember, this is about letting your glutes go back and lengthening, and this right here is just flexing your low back. We also aren't overly bending our knee forward and back. That's more of a squatting movement. And here you can see me just, again, rotating away from the hip that I'm trying to open up. So we want to make sure that we're able to keep both hips square. And again, we don't really want that knee coming way back of our ankle either. We want to keep that knee right over the midfoot. So we want to make sure to keep the pelvis, both hip bones should be facing forward, knee is over that midfoot. Then we want to feel our glute lengthen back. I want you to think about going back 2 inches and coming up 1 inch. I'm just holding my arms like this so you can see how my hips are moving well in this video. I would just hold both of my hands on my hips. From here, you're going to go back 2 inches and come up 1 inch. I want you going back and coming up. You're never fully coming to standing throughout this exercise. We're keeping the glutes in a more lengthened state throughout, so you can think of it as many ranges of motion.